Hey YouTube friends, welcome to my channel, Living Life with Mama. I'm Mama. In today's video, I will be cash stuffing $392 into my cash envelopes from my April 30th paycheck. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we need to do is count this and make sure that it's $392. And we do have $392. First thing that we are going to do is cash stuff my wallet. The first is my tithing. It is going to get $5. Next up is my groceries. It will be receiving $140. I did that all in 20s. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. Gas, I did budget for 25, so that was a 20 and a 5. I have not driven a whole lot in the last couple weeks because I've been off work because I've hurt my ankle, and so that's why I didn't do the full 50 and only half of what I normally do. The next item is the eggs, and I budgeted $5 for that. I used to buy 2 dozen eggs a month from a family friend, but she raised the prices again, and I felt that it wasn't financially smart to spend $10 in eggs. So we went ahead and went down to 1 dozen of eggs and see how we do that. If we end up eating more eggs than a dozen during the month, then we'll go back up because then I know that it is worth it. But we really don't eat breakfast at home because my daughter gets food at school, and then also I sometimes eat at school too. So the only time we really use eggs if it's in meals or we're craving them or something like that. And my daughter doesn't really like eggs, but I do. All right, so that is it in my wallet. The next binder that we are going to go to is the one that has all of the household cash envelopes and my cash envelopes. So the first item is my bulk items. This is for any time I need to buy anything bulk related. So mostly Sam's Club. Eventually, when I'm a little bit more financial stable, I would love to be able to try out bulk websites. One of them that's coming to mind right now is like Thrive. And then there's also other ones out there that I would love to be able to try. They're just a little on the expensive side for us. So that's why I did it as bulk items and not Sam's Club. Right now I have $2. I did budget $1 to go in here. Next one is coffee. I may end up back at work tomorrow and I am pretty low on coffee. I do not like having our coffee delivered to us because they charge a good amount of money for delivery. My plan is to go to the coffee place today and buy one. So this is going to be spent. So the next time you see these cash envelopes, the $100 will not be here anymore. But right now we do have 100, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I did budgeted 5 for that. So now I have 50, 100, 10, 15, 16, 17, and 18. $118. Emergency funds, I have 20, 30, 35, 40, 41 in cash, but overall I have $260.49. That includes my Capital One savings account also. Today I budgeted $5 for that. So now in cash I have 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46. $46 in cash and emergency funds. I'm going to go to kitchen items. I want to buy is a KitchenAid. The other item that I want to get, well, we wanted an ice cream maker, but now my daughter has seen like a smoothie maker where you can literally get any kind of juice, soda, pretty much anything, and it makes it into like a slushy for you or a smoothie or whatever the case may be. And she'd rather prefer that. They are not cheap whatsoever, but I do know that we would very well use that. My daughter loves slushies and ice creams and stuff like that, but she'd rather have like that type of slushie or like a smoothie than ice cream. So that is the two goals that I want to do for my kitchen items, is getting a KitchenAid mixer, and I want like the big ones, not the little one. I want to be able to make multiples of one recipe in one bowl instead of having to do it one recipe at a time. And then the smoothie maker. Right now I have 10, 15, 16, 17, $18 in kitchen items. I did budget $2 this time. So now I have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and $20, which is very awesome. I think this is the most I've ever had in kitchen items. Meat funds, I have $1, but I do have a Capital One account. So right now, grand total, I have $24.46, but in cash, I have $1, and I budgeted $1 this time. So now I have $2. Month ahead in cash right now, I have 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48 in cash. I don't think this is correct because I went ahead and opened another savings account in Capital One and moved all of it but like $10 or whatever, and used my debit card that I've just been swiping and using up this money, and just put like $10 in that so that I can keep the account open, but I'm not using it. I used to have almost 600 and now I'm down to like 300. So I need to stop using that. So that's not accurate, but in cash I have 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, and I budgeted $10. So now I have 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58. I'm also doing saving challenges games. If you've seen my games in the past, I play a game called Shut the Box, and my goal that once I finish will go towards this. One of the things that I took out was household items. That is because I don't build them up like I do with this, and I forgot that I'm going to start putting it in here. I'm going to put a sticky note right here because it is also my spending one, and I'm going to put household. So for household, I budgeted 40, so 2 20s. So that one's done. So jumping to car, another thing that I need to save up on is buying another car. Cars are not cheap. Even the used ones are no longer cheap anymore, and it's getting ridiculous. But Mrs. White, our van is about to go out. I did budget $10. I did start off with 5, 6, and 7. Now I have 10, 15, 16, and 17 to go towards a car. Car maintenance, I do have a lot of things that I need to do on our van, like fixing an oil leak. The starting is starting to get worse. I haven't been driving a whole lot, so it's sitting there is causing it not to start very well. So like yesterday, we went out to eat for my daughter's birthday. It struggled to start. Today, my daughter had some things that she had to take to school for a project, so she couldn't really walk to school. So I took her and I went to go start it. It took a long time. So I really need to fix it and kind of figure out what is going on with my car. For this paycheck, I did budget $50, and I ended up doing a $50 bill. I started off with $10, and now I have $60. My goal is to save up $2,000. The oil leak alone is going to be a little over $1,000, and I think by the time that I save up this money, I'm going to have to get an oil change on top of fixing the oil leak, and then also some maintenance things, changing some filters, stuff like that. Car tags, I am going to have to renew my car tags in September. Where I am from, you have a choice of doing car tags 2 years or 1 year, but it has to alternate. I believe when we get done doing a 2 year, I believe we have to do a car inspection, I think, or we have to do a car inspection to get the 2 years, something like that. I can't remember. So I don't know if my car is due for a car inspection or not. It will tell me on the thing that gets sent to me. But I do need the money for this by the time I have to renew them, which is in September. Right now I'm starting off with $1, $2, $3, $4, and $5. I do have $1 in my Capital One savings account. So I do have a grand total of $6, and I'm adding $20 to it. So now I have 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, technically 26 in my card tags. The next one is my debit and cards. I wanted to make this an even amount, so I decided to use some of this money to budget into it. Right now I have 50, 100, 10, 20, 21, 22, and I budgeted for $8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Believe I should have 130, 50, 100, 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So now I have 130. And then when I do my budget for my child support, $50 will automatically go in here, and that will go up even more. I'm working really hard of saving $1,000 for here because that's my budget with my Capital One credit card. Every month from my child support, I budget $100 to go towards debt, $50 to go in here, and $50 to go to my card. And I will do that until I hit 1,000 here, and or pay off my card. So I don't want to use this to pay off my card. What this is for is that once I do pay off my card, this will be used to pay it off once I use it, if that makes sense. I'm trying to get ahead of that. So let's say we do something and I don't have the cash for it or don't have the money in my bank account. I can use my debit card because I have $1,000 limit on it, knowing that I have $1,000 in cash that I can turn around and pay it off with instead of paying interest and stuff like that. That's kind of how I am trying to look at that. So I'm paying off a card and building that $1,000 up at the same time. If I build this $1,000 up before I pay the card off, once I hit the 1,000, instead of putting 50 towards the card every month, I'll be putting $100 towards that card every month. So the next cash envelope will be graduation. So this is for when I graduate from college with my bachelor's degree in education. Because it's an online school, I may have to go somewhere for my graduation because I am definitely walking that stage. That is a form of accomplishment for myself. That is like for me, because I'm very visual, that is for me of like, I did this and I walked. I'm not one of those people that feels that it's enough to just get it in the mail. I don't feel accomplishment of closing that chapter in my life. Me walking across that stage and shaking the person's hand and actually getting that diploma is, for me, because I'm such a visual person, is closing that door of my chapter and being able to go to the next chapter in my life. And so we may have to go somewhere for that graduation. And then I would love to have a party to celebrate the fact that I actually got my bachelor's degree, because I got my associates back in 2011. In September 2011, I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter. And so I haven't been to school since then. And so this is a huge accomplishment for me because I never thought that I would ever go back to school. And on top of that, I'm debating if I should get my master's degree or not, which is amazing because I never thought that I would ever even remotely think about having my master's degree. Right now in graduation, I do have $2 in cash, but I do have a Capital One savings account. So my grand total is $5.23. I really need to start bulking this up because I believe I will be graduating November of next year, which is 2026, I believe. So I really want to make sure that I have the 5,000 to be able to do this. And I'm nowhere near it. So right now I have $2 in cash and I budgeted $4. One, two, three, four. And now gives me $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 in cash. And $11 grand total. Okay, my next one will be retirement. In cash, I have $1, $2, $3, and $4. I do not have a Capital One savings account because I want to build this up before I put it into a savings account. But some of the savings that eventually I don't need anymore, like my test requirement savings account, my graduation savings account, stuff like that I don't need anymore, will turn into my retirement. So whatever money that is left in there after I graduate or test or whatever will go towards my retirement. $1, $2, $3, $4. $4 I have right now in retirement. I did budget another $4. $1, $2, $3, $4. So now I have $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, and $8. Okay. The next thing is my teacher assistant. I do not get paid when I am student teaching. So I need to be able to save up enough money to be able to pay for my bills while I'm student teaching. I'm thinking about 3 months worth, but I'm not 100% for sure because the hours keep changing. Sometimes I hear like you have to have a whole semester. Sometimes it's a couple weeks. Sometimes it's, 2 months, whatever the case may be. I'm also looking for ways to make extra income on top of student teaching. I don't know if I'll get a second job or not. That's going to be really hard because that's going to take a lot of time from my daughter. But if it's only going to be a month or so, then maybe getting a second job to work evenings a couple times, weekends a couple times throughout the month, or even 2 months would definitely be worth it if I just don't have the money for it. Right now, I have $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 in cash, but I do have a Capital One savings account. So overall, I have $411.69. For this paycheck, I did budget $4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in cash, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and $9. Now we're going to move to this binder. We're going to start off with my daughter's cash envelopes. We still have not gone birthday shopping. The first one that I cashed off was beauty. And I budgeted $2 with that one. But first, we are at 5, 6, 7. And then adding $2 makes it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Christmas presents. Christmas presents is going to be right around the corner before we know it. We barely started summer and we're already thinking about Christmas. In cash, I have $1, $2, $3. I did budget $5, so now it's 5, 6, 7, and $8. I would really love to be able to have this done pretty early so that I am very prepared for having money in here for Christmas. School supplies. School hasn't even ended yet, but obviously summers go by really, really fast. And I would love to be able to have this money ready for when it's time to go school shopping. Okay, so in school supplies, we have $5, $6, $7, and $8. I did budget for 20, so now I have 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. And then I need to cut back this way to extra school stuff. I definitely want to be able to have a good amount of money in here because when we go do like back to school night, there are, schoolwear and like being able to buy the yearbook and like just other things that I want to be able to actually purchase this year. And we don't normally get to do that kind of stuff because I don't budget for it or I'm not prepared for it. So I would like to be able to have at least $100 to be able to get us some hoodies because we love wearing hoodies in this house, or, be able to purchase the yearbook right away, whatever the case may be. With extra school stuff, In cash, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did budget $5. So now I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we're going to go to Halloween. I have $1 in cash right now, and I budgeted for $3 today. So 1, 2, 3, and $4 now in Halloween. We're going to go to the family expenses. So this is like things that have nothing to do with the household, but for my daughter and I to go and do things. So like vacation, small trips. One of the things that we're really trying to save up for is a big trip that she wants to do in a couple of years. She wants me to go with her. I would go with her anyways because it's overseas and it's going to cost a lot of money. We're going to have to get passports, like all of that kind of stuff. Real quick, let's do summer activities since we're right here. Right now I have 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, $23. I did budget $7 for that. So 5, 6, 7. So now I have 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. She wants to go to the theme park that's here in our state, and so this is family fun and summer activities is what I will be using to be able to purchase those passes or those tickets. Okay, so let's go to vacation big trips. Grand total, I have $229.63. In cash, I have $1, $2, $3, and I budgeted $6. So now in cash only, I have $5, $6, $7, $8, and $9. Okay, and then the other one is others' birthdays. We did use a little bit of money for this to get our friends' dogs some birthday presents. I didn't really get them a whole lot because I didn't have the amount that I wanted, but I know for next year because his birthday is also in May, and then my best friend and I just kind of mentally said, oh no, it's May 7th, just like with the rest of our animals and my daughter. So yeah. Anyways, right now in others' birthdays, I have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and $20. And I am adding $5 to it. So now in others' birthdays in cash, I have 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I'm halfway there for the budget that I would like to be able to have. Obviously, I'm out of cash. I didn't budget anything into my pets and garden binder. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you're not already, would you please subscribe to my channel? That would really help build my channel and to be able to get out more videos like this. Well, as always, you guys have a great rest of the week. Bye.